Australia is a continent located south of most of the world's landmass. Its location is as follows. In the north, it borders Indonesia, East Timor and Papua New Guinea with the Arafura Sea, the Timor Sea and the Torres Strait. In the east, it borders the Pacific Ocean and the Solomon Islands, Vanuatu and New Caledonia. In the south, it is located close to the Southern Ocean and Antarctica. In the west, it borders the Indian Ocean and the Cocos Islands, Christmas Island and Rodriguez Island. In the southeast, Norfolk Island is located on the Pacific Ocean, east of New Zealand. Australia is the sixth largest country in the world in terms of area. The continent covers a total area of approximately 7,692,024 square kilometers and stretches 8,432 kilometers from east to west and 3,685 kilometers from north to south. Australia's location ensures it has its own unique biodiversity and unmatched natural beauty. Also, due to time zones, Australia experiences time difference with other parts of the world. There are various transportation options to reach Australia from different parts of the world. Here are the commonly used modes of transportation to travel to Australia. The most common mode of transportation to Australia is by plane. There are direct flights to international airports and you can reach major cities of Australia: Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth. International airlines operate regular flights to Australia and offer connections to many transit points. You can reach Australia by ship or sea from some regions. It is possible to reach Australia by cruise tours or ferry services, especially from New Zealand, the Pacific Islands and some Asian countries. In connection with land transportation, Australia is not a very suitable option to reach by land due to the lack of private highways to which you can connect to the Asian continent. However, it is possible to reach Australia's neighbouring country, New Zealand, by ferry. Some sea routes and marinas offer transportation to Australia for those wishing to travel on private yachts. However, this method is usually a more exclusive and private travel choice. Australia is a country where international visitors can easily enter. However, it is important to check the visa requirements and obtain the necessary permits before traveling. There are also options for domestic transportation in Australia such as plane, train, bus and car rental. When planning travel, it's important to keep up to date with airlines and travel agents' current information and travel restrictions. The history of the Australian continent goes back thousands of years. Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people are the indigenous people of Australia and have the oldest cultural and historical heritage. The first contact with Europeans took place in 1606, when Dutch explorer Willem Janszoon set foot on the Australian coast. Later in the 17th century, other European explorers began to explore the shores as well. In the 18th century, Great Britain became interested in Australia, and in 1788 a fleet of British prisoners settled in New South Wales for use by Great Britain as a penal colony arrived in Sydney. This event is considered a turning point in the modern history of Australia. Later, expeditions to the interior of Australia were organised and colonies were established. The discovery of gold in Victoria in 1851 caused a massive gold fever during the colonial period of Australia and triggered waves of immigration. In 1901, Australia federated between the 6 British colonies, forming the United States of Australia and becoming an independent nation. Australia, II. He fought alongside Great Britain in the World Wars. In the second half of the 20th century, the population of Australia diversified with the arrival of large numbers of immigrants. In the same period, Australia entered a period of economic growth and development after the Second World War. In 1967, a referendum was held for the recognition of the rights of Indigenous peoples and the constitutional amendment was adopted. This was an important step that gave greater rights and recognition to the Indigenous peoples of Australia. Today, Australia plays an important economic, political and cultural role as a developed country. Indigenous cultures still exist in Australia as a popular destination for tourists worldwide. Australia is home to many popular and touristic cities. Here are some of Australia's popular and touristic cities. Sydney. Sydney, Australia's largest city, is known for its landmarks such as the magnificent Sydney Harbour and the iconic Sydney Opera House. Bondi Beach is home to attractions such as Darling Harbour, the Rocks and Sydney Tower. Melbourne, known for its cultural events, art and design scene, cafe culture and Victorian architecture, Melbourne is Australia's second largest city. Places like the National Gallery of Victoria, Federation Square, the Royal Botanic Gardens and the Yarra Riverbank are popular with visitors. Brisbane. Brisbane, the capital of the state of Queensland, is known for its sunny climate, beautiful beaches and South Bank parklands along the Brisbane River. Tourist attractions include Lone Pine Koala Sanctuary, Queensland Art Gallery and Story Bridge. Perth. Perth, the capital of Western Australia, is famous for its magnificent beaches, tourist attractions such as the Swan River, Kings Park and Fremantle. Rottnest Island is also a popular tourist destination in Perth. Cairns. Located near the Great Barrier Reef, Cairns is a popular base for water sports like diving and snorkeling. You can also visit places like Daintree Rainforest, Kuranda Skyrail Rainforest Cableway and Japukai Cultural Park. Gold Coast. Famous for its beaches, luxury resorts, theme parks and entertainment venues, the Gold Coast is located in Queensland. Popular destinations such as Surfers Paradise, Burleigh Heads and Dreamworld attract tourists. Adelaide. Adelaide, the capital of South Australia, is famous for its wine production, festivals and parks. Places such as the Adelaide Botanic Garden, Adelaide Oval, Glenelg Beach and the Barossa Valley offer visitors attractive options. These are just a few examples and there are many more tourist cities and regions to explore in Australia. Each of them offers different experiences to the visitors with their own unique features. Australia is famous for its unique and diverse wildlife. Some well-known species include kangaroos, koalas, wombats, Tasmanian devils, emular, kookaburras, dingoes, pygmy penguins, and many different bird species. In addition, Australia is home to some of the most venomous snakes in the world. Australia has many natural parks and nature parks for observing its wildlife. Here are some well-known nature parks. Kakadu National Park, Northern Territory. World Heritage listed Kakadu National Park is known for its stunning landscapes, wildlife and Aboriginal culture. Here you can see crocodiles, birds, snakes and many other wildlife species. Great Barrier Reef Marine Park, Queensland. The Great Barrier Reef is one of the largest coral reefs in the world and is known for its unique marine life. You can explore this magnificent ecosystem with snorkeling, diving or boat tours. Uluru Kakadu National Park, North Zone. It is home to the rock formations of Uluru, Ayers Rock, and Kakadu, the Olgas, which are sacred to Native American peoples. This region is famous for its cultural significance and impressive landscapes. Blue Mountains National Park, New South Wales. Located west of Sydney, the Blue Mountains are famous for their steep cliffs, waterfalls and forests. Here you can enjoy hiking, rock climbing, nature photography and bird watching. Kangaroo Island, South Australia. Kangaroo Island is a popular tourist destination, home to many wildlife such as kangaroos, koalas, sea lions and penguins. It is also famous for its beautiful beaches, wineries and natural beauty. Daintree Rainforest, Queensland. The World Heritage listed Daintree Rainforest is one of Australia's oldest and largest rainforests. Here you can discover wildlife such as rare plant species, colorful birds, exotic insects and crocodiles. These are just a few examples, and there are many other parks and attractions in Australia. Australia is an ideal place for sports and nature activities. Here are some sports and nature activities that are popular in Australia. Cricket is an extremely popular sport in Australia. International test matches held in the summer and leagues such as the Big Bash League attract great attention. Stadiums such as the MCG in Melbourne and the SCG in Sydney are popular venues for cricket matches. Australian football is one of Australia's most popular domestic sports. It is a fast-paced and physical game and has a large following, particularly in Victoria, South Australia, Western Australia and Tasmania. It is another popular sport in Australia. The National Rugby Union (NRL) has a large following and important competitions such as the State of Origin Series are organised. Surfing. Australia has one of the best surfing spots in the world. Beach towns and beaches such as the Gold Coast, Byron Bay, Bondi Beach, Bells Beach and Margaret River are popular destinations for surfers. Hiking and trekking. Australia is famous for its magnificent natural beauty and hiking routes. Routes such as the Overland Track Tasmania, Larapinta Trail, Northern Territory, Great Ocean Walk Victoria, and Cape to Cape Track Western Australia offer great options for nature lovers and hikers. Diving and snorkeling. Australia is home to the world's largest and most colorful coral reefs, such as the Great Barrier Reef and the Uluru Reef. By diving and snorkeling in these areas, you can explore the underwater world full of colorful corals, fish and sea creatures. In the first part of our video, we talked about the location, history, cities, wildlife, national parks and various sports activities of Australia. Of course, Australia has too many beautiful and fun places to count. In the second part of our video, we will talk about the famous beaches, delicious food, bars, nightlife, restaurants, hotels. Do not forget to subscribe to not miss the second part.